Hi everybody, back to get more secrets of success. Here we go. I want to show you my helmets and where it all began, from the 70s right through to the 2002, from what I can see up there with my car racing helmets, because I had a motorcycle career, and obviously world champion, and I also had a racing car 10 years of winning as well, in my cars, my team. I raced for Toyota in Japan, and many things, which we'll come to a bit later. However, I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you what's, well, we'll see here. So this is the 70s, before I started here in the 70s. This began in the 80s. This is in Australia primarily. These are starting to go to Japan. This is sort of the 80s, 78, 80s. And then of course, everyone remembers this design. This is the Shoei. I was with Shoei for a long time. And you can see all the various colors. These are the Rothmans colors. And then there's a red version as we go along here. This is a little bit different design. You see, I turned this into a big G on the. You see the G on that. Oh, there, on that G there on the helmet. And of course, this one's got I've had a crash in this one because there's no screen on it. That was an alteration of the design again. I wanted something doing. This is in the 90s now. That's a dirt bike motocross helmet in the same design. Now we started racing cars. This is a car racing helmet with a small window that I was using when I drove a couple of tests in a Formula 1 car. This is, still, these are the colors of the, let me see, I retired in 92, so this will be in the 90s now. And as you can see, there's a variation of the same, but not too far away. That's a car racing helmet with a small window, you can probably see there. And of course, then there's open face helmets. There's open face helmets, full face helmets up here. Touring car helmets with the speakers and calling the pits. Then when I was racing GT sports cars in Japan for Toyota. That's the helmet that I was using there. These are for the touring cars, these guys. And of course, there's more helmets up here. As you can see, they're all car racing helmets. Some of my motorcycle helmet, that's a motorcycle helmet that I was racing with. That was one of the last design helmets that I actually had and used. But primarily this design I used when I was racing cars mostly. So you can see there's lots of them, and still with Shoei in all those years. Now there's a few more helmets outside here that obviously don't have space here, but here's some more. This is the black and red version, as you can see, the same design. Again, Shoei. This is a Suomi, but this is a really beautiful design. It's the same design, but with a tattoo look on the side here and up the top here. So I actually really like this helmet. I like the design, and I would like to bring it back. And then of course I have a few more out here that I haven't, I've got no room for, but as you can probably see, starting with the early days here of my open face helmet that I was using in dirt bikes. It was actually a Shoei. That's Katayama, the Japanese Grand Prix rider. That's my design with the Rothmans, you can see. This is a pinky color as some sort of change. Good for the girls, I think, that one. It's Rothmans colors. Everyone knows this colors of the Rothmans helmet. And more Rothmans helmets. And more Rothmans helmets. And more Rothmans helmets, as you can see. There's quite a lot of them. I have many helmets. That was the early colors I started with Shoei. These are the first colors. It was red, and it's still beautiful. As before I joined, when I joined Rothman's Honda, I ended up painting him the color of the Rothman's colors. So that was part of the deal that I had to. Then I've got, this was the early days before Honda, so this would be early 80s, with just a yellow. I wanted something different. And of course this is the original Shoei helmet. When I started with the brand, this was the original design, and you can see here the similarity. So they expanded it into, and it became really beautiful. It's a beautiful design now. So, but it started out as just a red helmet with a black line around it, and this was the original one that Shoei gave to me to use, and it was a great helmet and a great fit, as all Shoei helmets do. But I ended up wanted something a bit more exotic, and that's when we got back to the Rothmans. You can see here the Rothmans Honda and the colors and the shapes. So yeah, so there's a bit of a look of my collection. And but yeah, they've changed a lot over the years. The helmets have got lighter. They're made of carbon fiber now. They're stronger. The absorption is better. The shapes have changed a little bit. They've become more aerodynamic now. You've probably seen that on the guys on the track now. They've got like these points at the back. You know those downhill skis, they get tucked in. They've got like this helmet that goes all the way back. It's the same principle. Really important to reduce the drag behind the helmet, and of course over your shoulders as well. So yes, the helmets have changed a lot aerodynamically. Comfort-wise, they're much better. They've got much better safety principles, and they're using different materials now to make them lighter, stronger, and better. And obviously, because at high speed, you can sustain a lot of injuries. So whenever you ride your motorbike, for the people who are riding on the streets, always wear a helmet, because you just don't know what's going to happen. And always wear a pair of gloves, and always wear a pair of boots. And that's my next subject to talk to you about. See you soon.